Hey, it's your home, and I need to ask you a few favors. In the kitchen, there's a spider stuck between the window and the screen, and I know it's dead, and technically it's outside, but it's still freaking me out. Can you flick it out or something? Also, just to save some money, and it's super easy, could you bundle your home and car insurance with Geico? Last thing, could you take the holiday decorations down? Yeah, I'm one of those.
Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com today.
As much as life has changed over the last year, you're still pretty busy. So consider convenient COVID-19 testing from Quest. Get the same tests hospitals use without a doctor visit. Simply order online, select from drive-through or at-home options, and get results sent securely to your phone or computer. It's a great fit for your busy life. With over 25 million COVID-19 tests processed, you can count on Quest. So order your test today at questcovid19.com.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
It doesn't so much hurt my ears as that it makes my brain feel like it flips over, like does a 180 this way inside my head. And I'm like, where am I?
All right.
Just pop into an alternate dimension for a second there.
Take 3.
Christopher Media. Let's make some noise. From Asthmacore Studios near Detroit, Michigan, it's Unregimented.
Gangsters, what's up, guys?
148.
148, motherfuckers.
I'm ready.
I'm Chris.
I'm Aaron.
I'm Jay.
And I'm ready.
Let's roll.
Rich this week, the wild card.
Which is a wild card.
Maybe he'll show up.
I left my Skype open, you know. Doors unlocked.
Is that a euphemism?
He can just, yeah. Skype. Yeah, because that's what the kids are using.
Left my Skype open. You know what to do.
Is your ire sufficiently raised? I feel like this is going to be a... what's the word I'm looking for?
Irrelevant?
No, maybe. I read too many HuffPo articles this week.
Well, that'll do it.
That's my problem.
Liberal now.
No, I realized, like, how...
It was a joke.
No, honestly, like, when we first started Unregimented, I think even since then, I was a lot more liberal then. 2 years ago, I was much more liberal than I am now.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that until the other day.
Yeah, you get older.
It happens quick.
Yeah. Cynicism.
Begins with the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people.
Is it just like something in you just hardens and you're like, fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Fuck you, fuck everyone.
Your heart
stops
bleeding.
That's the thing, though, is right now we're at the fuck you, fuck everyone.
Crusting over.
In another 10 years, we're going to be at the fuck it stage. You know? Fuck it.
Well, who knows?
Fuck it all.
That's why, like, I guess if you've had the same politics your whole life and you are that static of a person, that's fine.
Yeah, my opinions change.
But I don't understand when people are like, you know, I'm a dyed-in-the-wool Republican. I'm like, no matter what? Like, you see what's happening now?
Yeah.
You
see, Aaron, but here's the thing. I still think you're liberal. I just think
the thing about
everything is just shifting to crazy.
Yeah.
So now you look...
Well, you're going, what the fuck?
And now you feel conservative.
So that's the thing, is you're going, what the fuck? Where did that go?
Right.
Like, where did you guys go?
Well, it leans more libertarian, kind of jumping over conservative.
Yeah.
Kind of like a puddle, and just kind of skip over it.
Todd was right, though. Todzilla was right. Todzilla.
No, I know. I was just saying
Todd was right.
I was just saying his name.
He was right.
Todd.
Yeah, Todd. You know, he said it, you know, when I was saying I was a libertarian. This is like fucking episode.
He called you out for
he
being
did.
a libertarian.
He didn't call me out. He educated me.
Yeah.
And that was cool. Like, you know, I can at least be educated, right? But he was like, he used to identify with libertarians until he realized that they don't really do anything. They don't want to, like, rock the boat.
Well, that's kind of their whole thing.
Right.
Is really, if you get down to it, their whole thing is
live and let live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand, but it's like sometimes, like, to get to that point, you just got to, like, fucking fuck it all up, you know? You got to get in there. You got to fucking get in there.
You're
If you're
saying
going to be
Gary Johnson.
he should have
You can
got
do
in
that
there
in November.
Yeah, you can. I just don't think.
But I think he kind of looked at.
I'm
not to
voting
talk
Gary
about him
Johnson.
when he's not here, but since he's not here,
No, I was saying. I mean, just.
I think he
kinda-
looked at libertarianism and anarchy as opposites. When I think of them as very kind of close cousins.
Well, I mean, there's different types of libertarians, right? I mean,
Oh,
I'm not
trust me.
saying-
There's
Yeah.
everyone has parts
Yes.
of their party they don't want affiliated
It's
with
such
their
a-
party.
I'm very on the edge. I wouldn't even call myself libertarian. I just happen to agree with Gary Johnson more than any other viable candidate at this point. Well, I guess you can't really call him viable, but
He's not
he
even
might get
viable.
into the debates.
Maybe.
He's going to get that 15% and get on the stage and talk about how
would be fantastic.
criminalizing drugs is a crime.
That's fantastic. Is he going to talk about the TPP as well?
The what?
The
Ebola. The Ebola?
Yeah, the Trans-Pacific Partnership. Like, where we're going to fucking ship a bunch of jobs down to, like, the Philippines and shit like that.
Ebola. He very well may. I don't know.
I hope so, because
I don't know what his
he's pro
stance
that
on it.
shit.
Yeah.
He's pro, yeah. I'm not pro that.
You'll have to educate me a little bit more.
I have to look it up.
Okay.
Because it's
We
just
can-
it's a Trans-Pacific Partnership, right? Kind of like a NAFTA type of deal.
Yeah.
But it's with like the Philippines and I don't know all the specific countries. I can look it up because I have Google right here, but I didn't want to be all millennial about it.
Those of us in Michigan can remember how well NAFTA went around here.
Yeah, ooh, that's why I'm,
Remember the automotive industry?
yeah. I'm just not really keen on a trade deal right now. Not with the way the world economy is rolling. This is maybe in a little while when we like can stabilize things out, and maybe if we had like people in office that would prosecute these fucking bank turds that are totally fucking our economy up still to this day. They're getting away with shit.
Well, I read a story about how I guess Europe sued Apple.
Yeah, for 13 billion euro. The UK or the EU is trying to sue Apple.
Authorities slapped on Apple. Or huge
$13 billion for
back tax
Ireland, right?
bill.
Yeah.
$2.4 trillion in untaxed earnings parked offshore by U.S. companies. Oh, but
But it's $13 billion is what they want in taxes.
Right, that's Apple's.
Yeah, that's what they want.
Slice of it.
Yeah.
This article is saying it's estimated that 2.4 trillion
Of income, yeah.
of all the companies that are doing this shit.
Right. So, but Ireland's like, no, we don't want it.
Oh, Ireland is one of the.
They're $13 million or $13 billion. That's what this is all about.
Oh,
most of it's about.
they want no part of it.
Yeah, it's the EU like going, no, Ireland is owed this $13 billion. And Ireland's going, no, we're not. We made a deal. Because Apple paid 0.05% in taxes while they were there.
Apple said,
Which
hey,
is still more money
next
than...
round's on us, Ireland.
Yeah,
And
right.
everyone went, yay!
The Irish are like, fuck you, man. We made this deal. We don't,
You're fucking it up for all of us.
Yeah, you're fucking it up. What are you doing? We made this fucking deal. What is it? Your fucking business. It's the EU. But, EU, what's going to happen, though, is if they pay that $13 billion, that money all goes towards their debt, which means it gets sucked into the EU.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, this is a major power play for the EU.
It goes, right, this is their next move after losing England?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this how they're going to make up the difference is by suing the fuck out of companies that they think are cheating on their taxes?
That was really dumb of the EU to let that happen. That was really fucking dumb. That was really dumb.
It's going to be a disaster, isn't
Oh,
it?
it is. It's crumbling. That's why I don't want any part of this like Trans-Pacific Partnership yet. Like, not yet. It's not right now. Because if Europe, if all the EU is crumbling, it's going to affect everything. You know, I don't want to. No, not yet. Not right now. Like, put the brakes on that shit. Like, put it on a shelf. Be like, we'll come back to that when shit's stabilized. I know that they're trying to make it more stable by doing this Trans-Pacific Partnership.
Right.
because it means it's going to infuse even more of our money into the world economy. You know, we're not really going to benefit from it except for from goods and products. There's not going to be any kind of like intellectual gain per se. You know, it's a power move. So all of a sudden we can fucking take over that area. You know, we now own your economy, kind of like China owns ours. Yeah.
Right.
You know, so I don't like that idea. I just don't like it. Not right now. Shit needs to change. You know.
But wouldn't this take, it wouldn't erase any of our debt with China, but wouldn't this take a little bit of power away from China?
I don't.
As the idea of them being the sole country that can provide the goods cheaply enough and in mass quantity enough for Americans.
But nobody wants anything of ours except for like carbon fiber and fucking silicone and,
right.
You know, they don't want anything else. And that doesn't provide any jobs here.
Right.
I mean, not really per se, because it's all automated shit.
That's right.
So, you know, we have really expensive goods that they want.
Right.
They have a ton of shit.
Yeah,
that
you guys
we
like
want.
Fender guitars, right? Well, I mean,
I don't want all of our more American.
Most of them are made in America, North America.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, technicalities. 100% pure beef. Well, you know, yeah, next to the filler.
But there's nothing.
There's 100% pure beef in it.
Beef is a general term that refers to something that comes from the cow. Right. All of this came from the cow.
Right. Mm-hmm. Every bit of it.
We're using the term beef loosely.
Yeah. Yeah, so.
That's right.
No, I would be totally cool with a world economy if like shit was cool everywhere. You know what I mean? Or majority of shit was cool, but there's a couple countries that were a little bit flailing and we're like, hey, here you go. We're going to do this partnership with you and like save your economy and benefit ours because we're just an economy of consumers and we want our shit cheaper and we can't afford to fucking make the garments here because the wages everywhere else. Mm-hmm. So unless the wages were increased with the economy increase, not just like the amount of jobs, but
right. Is there any part of this deal that says if we're going to be doing more trade with you, you have to take better care of your workers?
Yes, that's the thing is like that's not what's going to happen,
right?
You know. So
matter of fact,
if there was like some humanitarian
this gives
clause in there,
more leverage to the companies in Asia,
right?
That are going to take advantage of this, and it's all going to end up on the workers' backs, as it usually does.
Yep. And the uppity ups will fucking make even more money, and we'll just stay down at the, you know, and there'll be poor people, or not just. No, I don't mean just poor people. There'll be like people with that don't have food, because some people choose to be poor and some people choose to be homeless. So, you know, some people do. Some people are just transient, and that's how they want to live, and that I respect that. But.
Yeah.
You know, they should eat and they should get access to clean water. I mean,
if I were to put my businessman's hat on, I could say that, well, if by opening up the market in this way, you're not so much making it a fight or like trying to strengthen other Asian countries and take that power away from China. You're just creating more of an open market, which is always a good thing. That's what our economy is based on. That's why we're able to grow in the way that we have. You have competition. Right? And maybe that competition to make better products involves having to pay people more, or focus more on skilled labor than just general labor, have the concepts such as the living wage. Of course, you can't just trust that countries will do this.
No.
And this doesn't seem to be the case for most Asian countries.
Well, and also from like a military, I won't say perspective because I don't have any military background, but from a tactical perspective, it would be really good to have those people on our cash tit. You know what I mean? Like if they're more on our cash tit than China's cash tit, then they're going to side with us more than they're going to side with China, so we can build bases even closer to China.
Well, we have a lot of entertainment to export, right?
Yeah.
Don't they like our movies and shit?
They just bootleg the shit, though.
I know.
That's all they did get it.
Probably only so many times. Have you guys seen Manbang?
No.
That's the look it up. Let's see if they have if we can see a little bit of Manbang.
You know, I don't have my safe search on, right?
No space.
It's all right. That's
no space. Maybe
I'm not looking at the screen until you
North
find exactly
Korea
what you want.
Manbang.
Oh, I'm gonna not look at that screen until.
What's the younger Kim? The new
Kim Jong Il.
Chung Il, yeah. Kim
Jong Il.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a channel that I guess is just all TV shows about him. Or maybe the name of the TV. Maybe it's just a TV show called Manbang.
I watched the documentary on. I think I've discussed this in another podcast, another show that we did.
By the way, jamming Google Images for Manbang, not a penis in sight.
A lot of wallets.
Yeah.
What is that? See, there's
Beavis and Butthead.
Did you search North Korea? Like I found an article on it actually just searching North Korea television or North Korea TV and then clicking on news.
This was like a documentary that they had where they had an ophthalmologist go over there and perform a bunch of eye surgery on like 1,000 people or something like that for free in North Korea.
In North Korea?
Yeah, it was like a Doctors Without Borders kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And
they de-hood them.
Yeah. So it was, I don't know how candid it was or whatever, but they had like, all the hidden cameras and shit like that for this documentary. And this doctor did this shit, and then they interviewed these people.
He had to have been escorted through that country.
Absolutely. They had handlers, military handlers all over them. Yeah. They had to
handlers actually guys that would handle you literally if you got out of line.
Any film that they had they had knowledge of, that was knowledgeably taken had to be pre-screened and shit like that. It couldn't they had it for
absolutely
a long time.
Right, they wouldn't even be able to leave the country with the B-roll.
But they had they had digital cameras and shit.
Because they had hidden cameras. Right. No, I'm talking about it's not like they could just I'm just going to take this all home and edit it now. Yeah, right.
Yeah. No, but
here it is.
This
found the Manbang.
This doctor does all these surgeries, and then they interview these people, and every one of them were just one guy was like, now that the Supreme Leader has given me eyes, I can hold a rifle up against the United States, kind of a thing. It was like, holy shit.
Wait, where was the doctor from?
I don't remember. It was like British or something like that. Okay. He was he wasn't American, but so
he cures their eyesight, and he's like, "It's brilliant, doctor. I can see that you're white."
King Jong Il or whatever the hell it is.
Now I can see. Now I can aim properly at you. This isn't it.
This is on Manbang.
This is not it.
I think this. All right, so Netflix doesn't appear to be taking its newest competitor very seriously. On Twitter, Netflix changed its Twitter bio to read "Manbang knockoff."
That Netflix was a Manbang knockoff?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because it's a subscription service, Manbang is.
Yes, it's North Korea trying to rip off Netflix.
By offering a bunch of Kim Jong-il movies.
I want to see a list of programming here.
There's nobody I can relate to.
This is their #1 song requested on Manbang, by the way.
I was hoping we could get some real footage.
In Korean, Manbang means everything. In English-speaking countries, it has some different connotations, obviously. Way to point that out, TechCrunch. The service is being provided by KCTV, the state-controlled TV service.
But no actual footage,
bottom right-hand corner says here and here. Oh, yeah.
I was led to believe all the programming was about Kim Jong-il. I was hoping to see him, driving around in a talking car and flying with a cape.
Viewers can watch 5 different TV channels in real time.
At the same time?
Yeah. And find information related to the leader's activities.
You have 5 of those little Sony portable TVs, the long rectangular ones.
It's like they have social media, but the only person you can follow is him.
What is this, like Nintendo? This is a Manbang screenshot? It's like an overseas Nintendo game? If a viewer wants to watch, for instance, an animal movie and sends a request to the equipment, it will show the relevant video to the viewer. This is two-way communications, Kim explained. No, fucking... So's the telephone!
But you can't pick your program and you just say, I'd like to see animals, and it's like, okay.
Here you go. Here's some chicken.
Here's me with Gentle Ben. Well, Jay, you weren't here last week when we were talking about Trump.
Oh, thank God.
But the Trump news of that week was that Trump had drastically softened his stance on immigration and was in a speech had laid out a plan that sounded very much like what Republicans have been talking about for years now, which is getting rid of exporting criminals and setting up a process for illegal immigrants, not amnesty, but basically, okay, go back home and apply.
Oh my God!
Type of stance.
I don't mean to interrupt, but this might be the greatest. We might have the greatest thing coming in the next few days.
Okay.
Just based on this headline.
By the time this airs.
Mexico's president is now feuding with Donald Trump on Twitter. This is from 4 hours ago as of the recording.
We got a juicy Twitter battle going?
Oh.
I wonder how much do you think Twitter's
It's not Vicente Fox anymore. Who's their president?
Should we take bets on when he uses the term wetback?
Well, let's see. Let's follow this in quote-unquote real time.
So, how much is Twitter paying Trump to, like, tweet all this shit?
Oh, God.
You know what I mean? Like, that's his choice of social media?
Okay, well, this is from Mashable, so this could all just be headline-based. But let's read it.
Oh, boy.
Well, okay, well, wait a minute. You read that, and I'll finish my thought.
Do it.
So that was last week, and this week he vows to remove millions of the people from the country if he becomes president. Essentially doubling down on his original just kick them all out of the country attitude.
My attitude is
there will be no amnesty.
Yeah.
Quote Donald.
I think we could reduce costs.
Anyone who has entered the United States illegally is subject to deportation.
Of course they are.
No shit, Donald.
Of fucking course they are. But do you do it? You know, like that's a huge drain on our resources.
It's a drain on our resources. It damages the communities that these people live in. I know this sounds like totally liberal of me, but when you have people who live in poor neighborhoods, regardless of their status as a citizen or not, they're in the country, living here and working here, you know, and they won't call the cops when somebody robs them or threatens them, because they don't want to be deported. They don't go and seek the medical attention that they need, even in emergency situations, because they don't want to be deported. They are both part and separate from the communities that they live and work in. And it's like if you want to put the resources to actually going after these people and reporting, yes, what they're doing is illegal. And yes, we do have a policy of deporting people who are here illegally.
Could we just switch the DEA?
But can we treat them
just ICE?
Can we treat them? Can we treat them as
the
humans
DEA?
in the meantime? Yeah. Is that possible? Right? Until you catch them, they are here, and that's a fact.
And they're part of our economy.
Can we? Yeah, absolutely.
I heard
they're
from
paying
that
taxes.
Yeah,
a lot of them are paying tax. I mean, they pay taxes. So I don't know. I think if you could set up a community and pay taxes, I think that's like basically fucking grounds for.
All I took from that conversation is I could start robbing Mexicans, making a little walking around money. But I'm with you. Fuck,
no, that is a bad idea.
Give them a Social Security number.
I'll take the cops over
Take
angry
a third
Mexicans.
of their money, like the rest of us.
Yeah.
Welcome to America.
Right, here you go.
Here you go.
Sign this fucking piece of paper.
Yeah, you just made $100 in the last 3 days. Well, guess what? Uncle Sam's taking 33 of them motherfuckers.
Exactly. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Welcome
we
to
did, that's how we're here.
You want to live here? That's cost doing business.
Yep. And like with the prisons, I think you get like the very minimal Geneva Conventions, like war criminal fucking rights. You know what I mean? Like that's how you're treated. Like there's a shithole prison somewhere. If you're deporting them, I mean, we can make money off them if they're prisoners.
We can fill up Gitmo.
Yeah, there's jobs. I'm just saying.
Yeah, maybe if we actually stopped putting, drug offenders in prisons, we'd have enough room for these people, these illegal immigrants.
The problem is like the privatization of the prisons is what really, to have something like private like that driving our fucking law enforcement and like the criminal laws that are created, or it's all driven by that, is just not good, man. The private, it's a business. They need more people, so you keep the drug laws tight and stringent, and you get them.
Well,
the way our society's going, we'll all be jailed for rape at some point in the next 10 years.
Well, how do you win?
Anyway.
Like, it's either inept when run by the government or corrupt when run by private business. I mean, it's the same thing that we're seeing with the prescription drug industry. The latest one being Epipens.
Jesus, dude.
When we at a time when we have more purchasers of Epipens than ever before, and I don't know this because I looked it up. I just know this as a fact because everybody knows what an EpiPen is now.
Yep.
And there are allergies are just rampant in this country. How is it that when use and demand goes up, that the price can skyrocket like that?
Supply and demand.
No, that's not how supply and demand works. Supply and demand works.
If a lot of people want something, you can jack up the price.
No, supply and demand works when you release the latest and greatest processor. It's $800, and all the geeks who want to be on the cutting edge buy that. But the next year, that same processor is $250 because everybody wants that processor, and they're making them in mass quantities, and they're making their profit off of volume. So how come that's not working with prescription drug companies? Out is something that we already know how it works. It's been working for decades. It's a known medication.
It was given to them for free. They didn't have to develop it. There was no research and development paid for by any of these pharma companies for insulin.
And I don't even have to look this up either, because I know that all they have to do is reconfigure the chemical compound a little bit, or add something to it, or say that you got to there's a different way that it's being administered. So new patent, and now we get to eliminate our competition by removing generics from the market and having sole control over this drug for a number of years, and that's when we can jack the price up. And that's the exact opposite of competition. That's allowing monopolies, small temporary monopolies, to happen in the prescription drug industry that causes a lot of people to go without medications that will keep them out of your fucking hospitals and leaving you with the bill.
There's another one. There's a Adrenopen is cheaper than the EpiPen.
Really, there is an alternative.
Oh yeah, there is, and also the EpiPen. They're talking about coming out with they're going to come out with a generic of it, so it'll be quote unquote half price. They're just throwing all these fucking PR things at it, and they're not actually changing. There's no pressure from the government. It's just people bitching about it, and the government ain't doing shit about it.
What was the
lawyers aren't doing shit. The lawyers should be up in that shit like crazy. Like the fucking drug insurance companies. They're fucking, dude. Their lawyers should be up those pharmaceutical people's ass. I mean, come on, man.
Why? They're in bed together.
That's what's so stupid though. Is it's yeah, I know how it works. It's just.
I don't follow you on the lawyers' involvement.
All right, so
who's lawyers?
The insurance company has to pay higher premiums for these EpiPens, right? If you have insurance, right? So
yes,
the insurance company is basically paying it out. That means their costs just went up.
Yes.
Well, they should be
which
fighting
is why
for...
your premiums go up yearly.
I understand why my premiums go up, but we're the fucking lawyers from those companies going, no, you're not raising the prices. It's not fair to our customers. You pull a Walmart on their ass.
Because that's what companies do when they're bleeding money.
Yeah, I know. I understand why it's happening. I know why it's happening. I understand it, but it's like, what the fuck? Like, I'm thinking from a logical person's point of view of why the fuck would they do this and let this happen just to make money. I know that, but
I picture in my head a bar, and on one side is the consumer, the person that needs a drug, and the other side is the prescription company, and in the middle is the insurance company. And you imagine that in red, right? And it can shift from side to side, from one side to the other, as far as where the money's coming from or going to. But the bar always stays the same size. The insurance company always remains the one who keeps the profit and passes it on to somebody else.
Right.
And that's the science of their business, is getting that number right year after year.
I understand all that. I'm just pissed off that, I don't know. I wouldn't run a business that way.
Either way.
I'm just conceptualizing it.
I would Walmart the fuck out of them. You know, how Walmart's like, no, we're not paying that.
The way the next time I'm having sex, I'm calling my cock.
You'd make them buy jet.com?
The Adrenopen. What
is this thing that Walmart bought?
What's that?
Jet?
Costco. It's
Costco online.
It's Costco. Jet.com is owned by Costco.
But that makes sense because Costco, it's not like people say you can
get Kirkland shit on it.
People say you can get anything at Costco. You can't really get anything at Costco. They have a random variety of things, but it's not like, yes, you can buy a digital piano at Costco, but you can buy one of two Casio model digital pianos. It's not where you go to shop for digital pianos.
I was told you could get a portable external battery, for your electronics and stuff at Costco that can start your car. That could jumpstart your car.
Oh, wait, what? How is that possible? How big is this thing?
I don't know.
How many milliamp hours?
That would be... I don't think I'd want to carry that around in my pocket, even if it was that small. Maybe it's a combination taser and car jumper.
Hydrogen reactor or something.
I wonder if that would work. Just hook up the jumper cables to your taser. And all right, try her now. Probably not.
No fucking shit. The portable USB charger battery pack can also jump what? From howtogeek.com.
Stick that in your pocket.
This portable USB charger battery pack can also jumpstart your car.
That looks about the size of a book.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Carry that around with you.
That's pretty sweet.
The Powerall PBJ. Wow. They should have had a committee to name this thing, or maybe it was named by committee.
Yeah.
The Powerall PBJS 1200R Rosso Red / Black Portable Power Bank and Car Jump Starter.
PB&J?
This article says it not only has the longest name for a product ever, it also works as 3 different products. A 12,000, whatever that means,
milliamp hours
battery charger.
12,000 motherfuckers.
For your phone or tablet, an LED flashlight, and a jump starter for your car. It's compact and lightweight.
I'm always going to read that in my head now as
You'd think that it would require a really large battery to jumpstart your car, but according to the manufacturer, this thing can be used for jumpstarting purposes up to 20 times if fully charged.
Jay,
there it is. They have it sitting on
a... Ohm's law work? I still don't get it.
It's sitting... They have it sitting on an alternator. No shit. So it ain't that big, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can buy that shit at Costco, huh?
Yeah.
I wonder if you can get it on jet.com. I'd go to their...
That's how it works.
That's a great illustration.
It is.
Yeah.
Let me see this.
You get it. That's how Ohm's law works.
It's electricity. Electricity.
Well, the volt pushes the amp and the ohm pulls the amp up.
Causes resistance.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
You're controlling the flow, like putting your thumb over the hose.
Yeah. Causes resistance.
Yeah.
I guess I should have explained that, shouldn't I?
Explain what? Oh, no, I'm going to edit that out.
Oh, okay.
You showing us a picture?
Yeah, no, I should have explained it, and it would have been okay for the show.
I didn't really want to know how Ohm's law works.
Oh, I know.
I mean, I still don't get electricity. It's for some reason.
Who does?
I have a difficult. Yeah, it's because it's not a visible thing. You know, we see what happens when electricity meets air and bodies and objects and things like that, and see the reaction from it.
Yeah,
but that's not electricity.
No,
we don't see electricity.
We see its reactions.
Right. We see what happens when it reacts with our environment.
Yeah,
that's what lightning is.
Right.
That's what getting charred is.
It's what a light bulb is.
That's what a light bulb is. Exactly. It's reacting with certain elements and inside a vacuum. But I still don't get it because you can't. I mean, but for some reason, I can understand concepts of quantum mechanics easier than I can electricity. Like I can, and maybe it's because it seems like such a science fiction-y thing. Like you already have these certain images in your brain from comic books or movies or whatever it may be that you can kind of imagine what something looks like on a molecular level, even if you are picturing the classic atom model with the electrons orbiting around it in this fashion, when really it's more appearing kind of here and there in a field. But electricity, I have no visual concept of it. It looks like Pac-Man when I picture it in my head.
Waves.
Yeah. Everything's waves.
Mm-hmm.
Frequencies. Gravity waves.
Yep. Frequencies, waves.
It's all waves. Come on, guys.
Yeah, just go with the flow.
It's all waves these days.
Ride the fleet. Ride the rave. Yeah. I can't talk.
Need some WD-40.
Shit. Put the soft top on my Jeep today.
Did you now, Jeep owner?
Which means I had to remove the hardtop for the first time.
Yeah.
Those euphemisms?
No.
Well, wait a minute. That's kind of backwards. This was September 1st as of recording this, and the weather immediately started transitioning to fall.
And I took my top off.
And you took your top off. Because you didn't. It's kind of backwards, isn't it?
Yeah, I did it. Yeah, but I'm going wheeling for the first. Well, I'm going off-roading for the first time in my Jeep this weekend.
Okay.
It's going to be Memorial Day weekend. Yeah. Labor Day weekend. Whatever. I always fuck them up. It's Labor Day weekend, so I'm going up north, Michigan, going off-roading for the first time with my family.
I'll say one thing for the unions. They got us an extra holiday.
Fucking A.
I'll say one thing for Jay. At least it's the Jeep owner who takes his car off-road.
Yeah. No, I got my ORV sticker yesterday. I took my, I took my daughter and my oldest son.
What does that stand for?
Off-road vehicle.
Off-road. So you have to get certified?
Permit.
Oh, okay.
It's think of it like a hunting permit, but it's for your vehicle to go.
Jeeping permit.
Yeah.
Right. Are you
off road? Yeah. Like your ATV has, like a 4-wheeler has to have it, a dirt bike has to have it.
I saw on my commute to work today a small orange capsule coming down the opposite way down Woodward. There had to have been a person inside of it. If so, they were practically fetal position, or maybe their legs were really stretched out in front of them. I'm not really sure. And the thing couldn't have had more than 2 wheels because I didn't see any sticking out. And it...
Whoa. I think we're maxing out our internets tonight with the 2 podcasts.
And is this my lighter? Yes, this is my lighter. I'm not sure. It said something on the side of it. It's something referring to a bicycle or something. I saw it so briefly. But yeah, it was like a little missile. It was rounded on the front. and then kind of actually it looked more like a goldfish. It kind of flattened out at the end.
Okay.
It didn't tail up or anything. It just kind of tapered a little.
I think there's like a class of racing bicycles like that. Was it a bicycle or a motorcycle? Because I've seen them both.
It was in the left lane on Woodward. I mean, everyone's going 45. He wasn't necessarily keeping up with traffic, I don't think, but he wasn't slowing everyone down like somebody would on a bike.
Okay, so it's probably a motorcycle.
Yeah, it had to have been powered by something.
Maybe it was a freaking solar? Was it solar by chance?
Maybe it was a small team of...
Whoa.
Small team of animals.
Wah.
Again, Google.
Do not stream.
Internet. Maybe it was the ultimate hipster.
You can't download your shit from the cloud onto your... How many gigabytes do you have on that hard drive?
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
You have enough to store your music, I'm sure. Just download it onto it. You won't have to stream it.
Well, that is a project I cannot have during this podcast.
No, do it right now.
Yeah, right now.
13 hours later.
I'll wait.
Be like it being on dial-up again.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to edit this part out. I'm just going to sit here.
It's a 13-hour file. Get your sleeping bag, Jay.
Yeah. No, so I'm anyways, getting back to going off-road with my family for the first time. It's pretty excited about that. I know it's like September 1st, and I just took my hard top off, so.
Yeah. Better late than never.
Yeah.
They had to do it before winter hit.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll put it back on. I just, had to, I want to be able to ride the trails with the top down.
Less than 4 months till Christmas.
Shut up.
Jesus Christ.
Why you got to dip your balls in that?
That's his birthday, right?
Christmas. Don't get me started.
Means what? We're only a month or so out of hearing Christmas music.
Happy
on radio stations.
Consumer Day. Merry Consumer Day.
Now you're making me angry.
And you won't like him when he's angry.
2,000 years. So 2,000 years later, and the Jews are going, "Oh, damn it! What do we do that for?"
So, I don't know if you guys knew this, but book sales, not ebooks or audiobooks, but actual paper book sales are up this year for the first time in ages. The downside is that a lot of these books that are selling so well to keep this industry afloat don't even have words in them. They're just coloring books.
Yeah, I was at Whole Foods today getting lunch, and they had, at the checkout, there were, instead of, like a regular news store, or regular grocery store, where the National Enquirer would be, those kind of things.
And the little digest-sized seek and find book.
It was all adult coloring books.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, Whole Foods.
Sudoku.
So that's a thing now?
I'm
kind of out of touch with that.
Whole Foods, you were part of the problem.
Coloring books are huge.
I mean,
it's so good for your
I'm
intellect.
not it's supposed to be, relaxing. I've seen...
so is whacking off.
A lot of these...
No, I don't know. I digress.
Correct.
I digress.
A lot of these books, they are kind of cool, It's... they've got cool pictures or patterns, stuff like that.
You know what they look like to me, or they remind me of?
What are they?
When people doodle, whether it was in class or you were on the phone or in general, it looks like somebody sketched out a bunch of their doodles and then you color these things in. Like, 'cause some of these books were like intricate like this shit didn't look like anything.
Oh, right. Yeah, there are a lot of them that are just purely abstract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just color.
I think that's interesting because you can kind of, depending on how you color it, you kind of shape what it is.
Right.
You could actually make it into something or not, keep it abstract. I don't know. I'm not saying it's like the coloring fad is a good or bad thing.
No, whatever. Have at it. You want to fucking color in a book? It doesn't hurt me. Have a blast. I might do it.
I think it's another reason for our generation to act like a bunch of tards.
But it's a complete fluke in the book industry. People who are reading are still migrating to iPads and audiobooks. Even I didn't used to be able to read on a screen. If I didn't read it off of paper, I wasn't digesting it properly. I know, I just wouldn't remember it, or I'd get easily distracted. And now, I actually prefer it, especially with the nighttime reading mode.
Yeah, it turns off the blue light.
Well, it just flips, just reverses, so you read it. It's a black page with white letters.
Yeah,
that's
that's
the way
true.
to read all the time.
You have older Apple technology. As of the last operating system, it has a nighttime mode where it turns off the blue light, so it doesn't keep you doesn't fuck with your eyes and keep you awake.
Is it based on when the sun goes down?
No, you set the time.
You set it.
Yeah, I have it set from I think 9 to 7, 9 p.m. to 7.
I think I can do that. I don't know. I do have an old ass iPad.
See, this will be edited out more.
It's calming.
Well, no, now it's off.
I can't really. Oh, it's like sepia.
Yeah, it pretty much goes to sepia tone.
So it's the blue light that's the problem?
That's the thing that fucks with us, is the blue light.
Yeah.
That's what fucks with your eyes and fucks with your, circadian
rhythms.
Yes.
Yeah. Like in Northern Exposure, they would have the glasses that would shoot blue light into their eyes to make up for the fact that they weren't getting any sun during long stretches of the year. In Alaska, you have a couple months pass where the sun doesn't rise.
Mm-hmm. But it's usually after the sun hadn't set for 2 months.
Right. That would fuck. I don't know what would fuck with me worse.
I like that. That's nice.
Oh, Jay, this is just discovering this.
I am, yeah, no, because hey, dude, I'm new to Apple, and I use Android, Apple, fucking everything now. I'm not I love Apple, but I got to have it for work, and if I can. Better
I don't know.
eyes.
I like Android phones. I like Apple tablets.
I agree.
I don't think and I know, I don't know if you had seen the story, if you read any kind of tech news, but there was a recent uproar over a video that was posted showing what was it? It was the latest iPhone 6S or whatever, and what Samsung Galaxy are they on now?
7.
98.
It's the S7, I think. Is that what it is?
Yes, they're 7.
That's the one with the virtual reality headset and shit.
Right. And because everyone's... it seems like everyone who's into Androids talk about how much faster they are than iPhones. And the specs show that iPhones are extremely faster than, but at a certain point, it's really not about how fast it does things for me.
No,
it's about how it works for me and how convenient it is to get around and adapt to the way I need it to. And
I got a Motorola because Motorola phones. Every Motorola phone I've ever had, the reception's been far superior to any other phone.
Yeah,
it's just they're clunky, they're big, they're not designed smooth and silky like an iPhone or a Galaxy S7. Because I actually got that phone with the virtual reality headset, and I did not like it at all. No, I did not like that phone at all. I wanted the VR set. I was like, hell yeah, this is going to be badass. Get VR, even if it's rudimentary beginning with your phone.
It's still...
But the phone was it just was not for me. Like, just I was not comfortable.
Did you get the edge one with the curved edges?
No, that's a gimmick to me. I've seen those. I played with them.
I don't know why.
Break them. I got to have an
like
OtterBox. I got to have an OtterBox. So I'm not going to put an OtterBox on a
right.
curved
You gave
edge.
me more exposed edges of glass.
Gee, thanks.
Yeah, awesome. Now more breakable than ever.
Yeah.
No, right?
So, no, I mean, Motorola is not a popular brand, but I prefer it.
Well, not anymore, but it used to be like...
Oh, yeah.
It used to be the brand. It used to be the only brand.
Yep.
But it was Motorola, Nokia. Was it like...
And that was it?
For like, yeah.
Kyocera.
What's that?
Kyocera.
I don't know that one.
Before I had iPhones, my phones were all Nokias or Motorola's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Motorola StarTAC, whatever it was.
I had the little blue Nokia brick.
Yep, totally.
Nextel. That was awesome.
Yeah, they were...
You're an asshole.
God, I hated Nextel.
Those were, 2 years that about lasted with the chirp chirp? 2, 3 maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, it lasted longer than that in Detroit.
Yeah, it did.
In Detroit, I think solely that city kept it alive for a couple years after it should have died.
Yeah. I have noticed that a lot of African American people around the country speak to their family members on a Skype or a FaceTime type app instead of just a phone call.
Is there Black Skype, like Black Twitter?
No, I don't know. I wasn't going there. I was just noticing that a lot of African American people prefer to talk on their phones in a video chat session as
like face to face.
Yeah.
No, I saw one FaceTiming while he was backing into his parking spot the other day.
Exactly. Yeah. Seen one. That was racist. I seen one backing into his parking spot the other day.
Hey, his girl's in the back seat braiding his hair.
Well, Aaron works is one of many.
I wasn't trying to be racist. It was
no,
just
I'm joking.
We can be totally, completely racist.
Oh, I know. But,
it's coloring books. There was a whole reason why I brought that up in the first place, right?
Naked girl coloring books?
They have everything. Well, I have purchased. I purchased one that was a Harley Quinn coloring book, and it was all, Paul Dini art, who is the guy who did
You're a pervert.
Who did the original? Actually created Harley Quinn, because Harley Quinn was created for the Batman animated series, and only later appeared in comic books. And I also bought that for my daughter. But of course, anything that they can do in book form that catches on, you can get an app of it. That's even more convenient.
Yeah.
And now you can get the Colorfly app, which I haven't used myself, but I did see illustrated in their advertisements, where the people are just simply touching the areas to change them certain colors. Didn't even appear that they're actually choosing colors. I think it might just be like tap and it turns that color. Now, how this is relaxing, I really can't tell. I'm not saying that coloring in a book is an engaging interactive activity, but simply
if you're
tapping on an app.
No, I could see it, man. It engages your imagination. You can color something. You're creating something.
You're coloring it in.
But not even taking advantage of the fact that, you could do this with a...
you want to impress me? Draw the picture you're coloring.
What do you call it? What do you call a pencil that you would use on your tablet?
Stylus.
A stylus, yeah. You could use a stylus and actually have to, color it in. But this is, tap, and it just changes... I don't know. I thought that was extremely lazy and kind of defeats the point of what it was supposed to do. Oh, let me check on the...
coloring book on the computers, no, unless it's a stylus, like you said.
It's like trying to do a puzzle on the computer.
I've seen some amazing art come out of, styluses and tablets and shit, but...
Oh, yeah. I want to get an iPad Pro so that I can... mess with computer drawing with their pencil or whatever they call their pencil.
Do with that?
You can do it with anything. Yeah. I've looked at the actual, what is the company, Wacom or something, Wacom. They've made for years these drawing tablets in different sizes, but they come way down in price recently.
Yeah, Wacom tablets are fucking badass.
Yeah,
they're badass.
I've never used one, but
oh yeah, I've installed quite a few of them, like in systems, and they're pretty sweet.
You can get that chip for like $700 now for like a nice sized tablet.
There you go.
Sure.
First one back.
Sure.
We didn't even talk about the shit that pisses us off.
Good.
I know, right?
Fucking good.
I think we had it. Yeah. I think we got it out of our system before we started the show.
Yeah. I'm okay with that, though.
I'm okay with that, too.
We gotta stop doing
that. I read a lot of articles that pissed me off, and I was like, I can't wait to voice my opinion on the Unregimented podcast because I'm mad.
Yeah.
And then
I'm tired.
And then I sit down with you guys, and we have a great conversation, and I just like, fuck it, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. This doesn't have to go dark.
No. I'm sick of bitching. It does no good.
But still, you got to get it out sometime.
Oh, yeah, right? Absolutely.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Yeah.
You, America. Fuck you!
Rest in peace, Gene Wilder.
Yes, Mr. Wilder. Rest in peace.
I don't know. That kind of fucked me up. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Other than...
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Good day, sir.
Well, it made me realize how many movies you actually saw when you were a kid.
Right.
It's like when you're little, you saw Willy Wonka. When you're in middle school, you saw Young Frankenstein.
Right.
When you're in high school, you saw fucking Blazing Saddles.
No, you just illustrated what I was just coming to realize myself about why he stuck with me.
Wilder arc.
He didn't do a lot of movies. I mean, in the big scheme of things, is really...
no, he did really quality movies, though.
Right. He seemed very selective.
He did 95 movies with Richard Pryor.
Right.
Well, that's being selective. I mean, if you're going to work with a comedian, why not work with one of the best?
How many Mel Brooks films has he been in?
Again. If you're going to do
all of them, most of them.
No, and that's absolutely right. When I was a kid, I loved Willy Wonka.
Oh, hell yeah.
I had a teacher science teacher that showed everyone Young Frankenstein. And actually, I think I was a little late. Like Young Frankenstein I saw in high school. And Blazing Saddles I saw just after I graduated because the friends that I worked with at the record store introduced me to that movie. I was unaware of it until I was like 19 or 20, I think. Maybe 19. Young Frankenstein being one of my favorite movies. One of my absolute favorites.
This movie's amazing.
I was at work the day he passed away, and I didn't see the message, I think, from one of you guys that posted it first. I think it was you, Chris. And I saw it when I went to take my lunch break. And I was just really bummed out. And I sat down and I just ate my sandwich and it tasted like shit. Because I was just like upset over this. And so I was thinking about my favorite Gene Wilder movie, which is hands down Young Frankenstein. And say what you want for copyright and YouTube and all that shit, but thank God somebody put together a 5-minute supercut of the best parts of that I could just fit in on my lunch and enjoy the rest of it. Because I actually sat down and just laughed, and which was appropriate because that was my relationship with Gene Wilder. I was upset because he passed because he made me laugh so much. Not because I feel like I knew him or like he touched me in a certain way, but like that is a relationship. Laughter is communication, and sharing a joke is something that bonds people together, even people who don't meet.
Bet Taco loves Young Frankenstein. I bet that's their favorite movie ever.
Have you seen the well-to-do up and down Park Avenue?
But also, I mean, like any of the Gene Wilder movies, he manages to get in these movies with the right supporting actors as well.
Oh yeah,
and certainly, yeah.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? Different types who wear a day coat, pants with stripes, or
But contrast with the fact that, like, he's getting the moves. Like, he's Frankenstein, and he's nailing these moves, man.
He's so brilliant.
Trying mighty hard to look like Gary Cooper. Come, let's mix where Rockefellers walk with sticks.
I don't know why I think that's so funny.
Oh, it's classic.
I'm just thinking, too, that's the dad from fucking Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8. For God's sake, come on. Are you trying to make me look like a fool?
Like they just had vegetables back in the day. Yeah. Did people come to shows?
They showed up with heads of lettuce.
Yeah, did people go to shows with bags of produce in case shit went bad?
I don't know where that started.
Did they have the produce to waste?
I know, right? Yeah, back in the Great Depression days, you think, fuck no, I'm making this is tomorrow night's dinner. I'm not throwing this at the movies.
That scene illustrates one of the things that Gene Wilder did best, which is that sweaty panic, you know, at the end of it, when he's like trying to keep the show going, he's like, no, come on, it's all right, it's fine.
Being a neurotic white guy?
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't think he was that old. He's 82.
Yeah.
So are you getting excited for The Walking Dead?
Have you been watching the Fear the Walking Dead?
I have not.
Okay. I don't know.
Is it any good?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't even know how to answer that myself, honestly. I think I'm such a fan of The Walking Dead, and I so like to support things that I think are actually good. And I like Robert Kirkman in general. I like a lot of his comic books. Yeah. And he tends to play the long game in his stories, so I give them a lot of leeway. Now, there's certain comic books that he's been involved in that I had to drop because they didn't get there in time for me, you know, or I didn't think I was going to like where they were going. And this may be one of his projects that goes that way.
Okay.
But it's an interesting story that they're telling, because it starts off with, like, zombies at sea, you know. Yeah. Well, no, first it starts off with, like, actually seeing what happens when society breaks down. You see the military step in, and then the military disappear. And people go, what the fuck now? And then that takes a certain group of characters out to sea. And it's very much the same stories that are told in The Walking Dead, where the zombies are a danger, sure, in as much as this could be out in the jungle and you're hunted by lions.
Right.
Or, any kind of dangerous animal or predator. It's secondary to the crimes of man against man. And the people who take advantage of chaotic situations to grab power in violent ways. Those are the core stories of The Walking Dead in general. When it happens, this season picks up in where it left off in Mexico. I think the majority of I shouldn't even say this season. I think it's the second part of the second season. So it picks up in Mexico, and it is interesting that Mexico seems to adapt much smoother to this post-zombie apocalyptic world than the U.S. has.
Just because of the wall Donald Trump built after he got elected president.
Right.
They kept the zombies out.
I mean, when you're already a third world country, like society breaking down it's not as much of a fall.
You're like, hey, this is 50 years ago.
Is that racist to say?
Probably.
But so yeah, they do adapt much quicker. Like we saw years of a small group of people encountering other groups of people and hiding out in houses and finding these little societies before we saw something really big in The Walking Dead. And this is season 2, and not only that, but we're seeing it from inception, where there's a big jump in The Walking Dead to show you here's 6 months later after the apocalypse. Right. And already, there's small cities that have banded together and they've got markets and, kids are playing inside them and real life is happening. It doesn't look really any different than any other Mexican city. It just happens to have a perimeter surrounded by zombies.
Awesome. And
there's a definite theme of a different way to look at the dead and what they actually are, and possibly even a cure scenario played out in this series. As of the last episode, it was revealed that the guy leading this community had been bitten by a zombie.
All right, don't give it all away now. Take it easy. Spoiler boy.
It's early in the season. I'm not really giving anything away. So, I guess it's consciously telling a different story. I mean, it doesn't want to be the same thing as The Walking Dead, or else why does it exist? So I applaud it for its choices. It's just not as tight and as strongly character-driven as the original series is, which were the things that I really liked about it in the first place. Can I get another one of those from you, actually? Mm-hmm. Smoke my unregimented cigarette. It's the only time I smoke now when I do unregimented.
Uh-oh.
Really?
Oh, shit.
Oh, don't fail me. I got. What do you have? Oh, thank you.
Yo.
Rich?
Hello?
Richard.
Did we get butt Skyped?
We got Beelzebub'd. You sound like the Lord of the Flies.
Yeah. If you can hear us, some cable ain't connecting with you or something, or your mic ain't on.
All we hear is
Yo, I hear.
Oh, what?
Whoa! You came back.
We heard you for 3 words.
When you said yo.
We heard you say, yo, I hear.
I hear people talking about beer, man.
Oh, he hears people talk about beer.
Oh, shit.
Hold on a second.
Oh, shit.
Do you think they can hear you?
Beer guys, can you hear me? That's a no.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm on the case here.
We're doing a first tonight. We're recording 2
Are
podcasts
they gone,
at
Rich?
once.
Yes, they're gone.
All right.
We can hear you.
Yeah, I didn't want to speak because I was like, oh, shit.
No, yeah.
And then I was like, wait a minute, they're speaking, so fuck it. I might as well say something. Yeah, glad I could join the conversation, Mr. Helper.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, welcome, Rich.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
How are things?
Yeah.
No, that's
anyways,
fine.
Go ahead as if I've been with you the whole time.
Well, I'll tell you what we've covered while you've been out.
Outstanding.
Previously unregimented, we talked about Trump going from his new stance on immigration to the old stance on immigration. So he did a flip-flop on that. What else did we talk about? Coloring books. We talked about Korean television. Help me out here, gentlemen.
Phones.
Fear of the Walking Dead.
Yeah, we were just talking about The Walking Dead. Have you been keeping up with The Walking Dead? Or the Fear of the Walking Dead, rather?
No,
or
just
watched
The
it at all?
Walking Dead.
Yeah, you're not watching the ancillary series.
You nobody got time for that.
Yeah, no. After the episode, I tried to watch, and they were playing Monopoly. I was like, yeah, okay, I got better things to do. So
Amazon wants $1.99 an episode, and I'm not paying for it.
Yeah. What? You don't have cable?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm a cord cutter.
Yeah, acting like a millennial.
No.
Well, I didn't know you wanted to get involved with the discussion, Mr. Helper.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
So how you been, bro?
We talked about Gene Wilder.
Yes.
I've been good besides falling asleep and waking up and going, oh, shit. That wasn't a nap. That was like 2 hours worth of sleeping. So that's...
Yeah, that happens.
Good for you.
Immediately ran to the bathroom, took a leak, and had fired up the laptop and had Skype loading up while I was in there. Came in, was like, all right, let me call these guys. So
he was in the bathroom with a laptop. He was looking at chicken porn. I told you.
Chicken porn?
No, come on, it's midget porn, dude.
Midget chicken porn.
You haven't graduated chicken porn yet. That's right after midget porn.
I'm not saying you'd fuck a chicken, but this boy here, he kind of looks sexually frustrated. It's a great part of that fucking movie.
Oh.
You calling me chicken fucker?
You type in chicken porn in Google. The first thing that comes up in the videos is pet chicken sex -- hot animal porn.
I saw a dolphin fuck a fish on 4chan the other day.
Oh, yeah, where it bites its head off. Bites the fish's head off.
Oh, no, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, I see one where
this
a
one
dolphin bites the head off of a fish and fucking masturbates with it. With the fucking corpse of the fish.
The one I saw, he had it shoved down the fish's throat. Like he was throat fucking this fish. And it looked like it started out okay as face rape can get.
Yeah.
But as the dolphin got more excited, he ended up all the way down in the guts.
Yeah.
Like, I think the fish thought he was going to survive it for the first 30 seconds and then realized, no, this is a death sentence.
This 4chan, you just do not paint rosy pictures of this 4chan place.
Well, you can see all kinds of things.
Apparently.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Without even trying to, you can see all types of things.
I stay off of there.
Like, do you think if the guy who invented the internet 25 years ago would have known about 4chan?
Shit, he was hitting the porn industry, starting the porn industry at the same time. What are you talking about? Just,
If we'd have shown him 4chan,
Not
he'd have
really.
been like, I'm going to open up a donut shop instead.
Shit.
Interwebs.
Hey, man, porn and deviant shit is, made every technology we have in the last probably 40 years take leaps and bounds. So,
yeah.
As Gen Xers, we had to have everything to the extreme. So, there you go.
Extreme cheddar.
Yeah.
porn basically decided the VHS versus beta. So, when porn was like, we're going to go the VHS route, all of a sudden it was like, beta who? What's a Betamax?
Well, if the human race, if we were all telepathic, we wouldn't be so shocked by the internet.
No.
We're all telepathic.
Yeah.
Well, duh.
If we could
sit in my house,
if we could read the weird thoughts that go on in each other's heads,
holy crap,
we wouldn't see this shit on the internet and go, "Wow, some of these people are fucked up." Like, we'd already just be aware of it.
What if we were telepathic? Suicide rates would be through the roof.
I just don't like the concept of the internet is doing something to us, right? We create the internet, and the internet is made out of everyone. And it's a place where a lot of people can anonymously post their thoughts, which means you get the dark and weird thoughts that go on in people's heads.
You still don't get everything that goes on inside some people.
No, absolutely. I'm not saying that it's the same as reading somebody's mind, but you're getting a little peek behind the curtain of what's actually going on.
See, if we could read each other's minds, women would realize how futile feminism really is.
Do you think they're
like they would stop with this? Why are you staring at me breastfeeding? It's a breast. It's meant for a baby, not you.
Well, I want to fuck it. That's why.
Not in my head.
Rich, do you think that if the human race were telepathic, that there would be more fucking going on or less fucking?
We got an echo.
Yeah, I don't know why that is.
Probably more fucking, because we would if we're born with it, we would just accept that, each other's thoughts, just like we accept, I don't know, someone having blue hair, or not blue hair, but blue eyes and green eyes and brown eyes is, you'd be like, I should have preferences, but you'd have to accept it, wouldn't you? It wouldn't even be abnormal to us.
I don't want to read everybody's thoughts.
Fuck no.
I saw that What Women Want movie with Mel Gibson. I don't want that evil on me.
Nope. No thanks.
I don't know. Yeah, if I could read people's minds, I would live alone, like in the desert, or like
for sure
up on a mountain somewhere.
For sure.
That's never been like, if you ever played the game.
Sick bastard.
If you ever played the game, what superpower would you like when you were a kid? I don't think I've ever chose telepathy or the ability to read people's minds.
I think certainly as a kid, I thought it was a cool concept. But
teleportation.
I was an X-Men kid through
Invisible.
and through. The mutants. Invisible. Any group that you have that involves mutants, there's a telepath of some form in there. That kind of goes hand in hand with mutants in the Marvel universe.
Well, but in the first round of the X-Men movies, didn't they try to make Jean Grey seem all like tortured?
Oh, well, that was very much in line with her character.
Yeah.
Yeah, that all came from Chris Claremont era.
The tortured telepath.
Yes, absolutely.
It's brilliant. It's pretty brilliant.
But, I mean, as an adult, no. I would not want telepathic power. That would be useless.
Yep.
To read.
I don't want to care. I just don't want to care.
The big question on that is, they did This American Life story about it. People choosing between flight or invisibility. Which would you choose? And it's supposed to say something about your character, depending on which one. I don't know. You could answer, or we could just move on.
Well, no, I'm just thinking, because flight is like something that would be so cool, but invisibility appeals to like. I'd never have to like settle for porn again. I could just have real life fucking porn.
Pervert.
Right.
Well,
where's that hot chick lives, 2 blocks over? Wander on in,
Hey, how's it going?
She'd be like, why is that drape keep like moving?
Why does it look like there's a ghost masturbating?
It's all over my stomach.
Yeah.
I've been slimed.
Yeah, that's right. Even if you had the power to make yourself invisible, as soon as you came, it would be visible, right?
But
as soon as it left your body.
All she'd see is oh no. Well, if to start off with, all she'd see is spit leaving my mouth into my hand, and then and a couple minutes later, just. And she'd be like, wow, that seems vaguely familiar. This is a weird haunting I'm going through.
Yeah, this is always the thing that you have when you start thinking about the power of invisibility. Like, how far does it go?
Yeah, if you get cut, is your blood invisible?
Right.
Would your ejaculate be invisible?
Well, in most cases in comic books, it's
would your
like
shit be invisible?
It's very flexible. It goes from, being able to just make yourself invisible to like all your clothes or anything that you're directly touching, or you have like a field. But yeah, I mean, how does it? It's not. How could this ever work?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever thought it through that much.
I don't know. I'm overthinking it.
I let that Kevin Bacon movie Invisible Man think it through for me. Because wasn't the whole premise of that movie is that the fact that he was invisible, it drove him insane with power. Like they had to end up killing him in the end or something like that.
I don't think it's so much insane with power as removed from the human race. Right?
Yeah, good point.
He was such an he was so removed that he didn't have peers anymore, and he didn't have a moral compass, and he just thought, like, I don't know, it became very selfish, very self-centered, and isolated.
I want teleportation. Fuck flying. Teleportation
I'm with you there.
Take flying to the next level.
Yeah. Teleportation is the perfect answer, actually, because you kind of have the best.
It's the only kind I give.
You have the best of both worlds, right?
You don't need to fly.
With invisibility, you think,
Flying.
Okay, well,
I'll be there right now.
With invisibility, I could just, rob a bank and no one would know. But
how long would it take you to teleport somewhere?
But teleportation, you could do the same thing. You could teleport into the vault and teleport the money out, right?
Fuck yeah, you could.
Or if you wanted to be altruistic with it, if you thought, like, I want to be, I want to be able to fly, and that I could save people. I could fly into forest fires and dive in and take people out of dangerous situations.
Save them from chipmunks and shit.
Whatever it may be, but you're also kind of more on display, right? That's the if you're more outgoing type, then you would probably pick flight over invisibility. But again, with teleportation, you kind of have the same thing. You see a burning building, there's someone on the third floor that they're trying to get out, and you just boop, teleport up there, teleport them out.
What if you can only teleport your own mass?
Well, then you teleport up there and you piss all over them. I don't know.
Well, teleportation would, in the end, save you the most valuable of all things in life, which is time.
Baby, time.
Flying, it would still take time to get from one place to another. If teleportation was instantaneous, we would definitely even have
it is.
Well, we would even have shorter attention spans than we already have now.
Right. And of course, I've overthought teleportation as well, because, like, how do you know where to teleport to that you're not going to be teleporting into a solid object? Do you have to see it, or can you just know that it exists?
Are there coordinates involved?
How do you accommodate for the actual world spinning and moving in space? How do you not teleport yourself out into outer space and die?
Right. The mathematics you'd have to know.
My guess it would be coordinate based if you really thought about it pragmatically.
So you're consciously thinking about this, or this is just something that happens? And would you have to plot out your course in order to teleport somewhere, or would you just have to know it was there?
What if, like, you plotted your course to, like, a paper street? You know what I mean?
Right. Could you teleport to another planet?
Like, if you're looking at a map and you want to teleport there, it looks like a street. But
either way,
you know what a paper street is.
Either way, first 2 years of teleportation, I'm in a spacesuit.
Yeah, I was going to say,
just to play it safe.
Yeah, because what if you overcompensate and end up, like, way underwater?
Yeah, there's another one.
Like,
or just inside a mountain.
You just teleport yourself right back out of
it. The Bends is a good album, but it's not something I want to go through,
Yeah.
Hey, did you reroute that stuff for down the line?
What?
Remember when we talked about making what was going down the line less hot? Did you reroute that stuff? Or no?
No, I'm sorry, I have not. It is the same.
That R. Kelly wasn't that hot, so.
Well, it was hot 20 years ago.
In loudness or in hipness at the moment.
The important thing is, could you hear and understand us when we were talking over it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's been some times, though, where I'm just having to guess what the conversation is.
Right. I apologize.
Oh, that's okay.
I will address this issue.
More times than not, I guess properly. So, and then sometimes I'm just like, yeah. So if you're gonna get your balls laminated, and you guys are like, what the fuck is he talking about?
No, I know. What I'm gonna do?
That's right. Rich just hears like garbled nonsense, and then he's like, "Oh, I'll just throw in a shit joke. That'll always go over well."
Here's random dick joke time. There we go. It fits everything.
Random dick joke time. That sounds like a segment.
Yeah. Hey, we didn't talk about Anthony Weiner. He was in the news again.
Speaking of random dicks.
How come he can't not take pictures of his dick? What is it about
his dick?
There we go.
What is it about this guy that he just can't get away from this behavior?
He's just a pathological need to send his dick to people.
I don't want to see your wiener.
I haven't looked at any of them, but I almost think that I have to see this one to understand it. How you get your dick and your kid in the same picture. Because I don't know how that just naturally happens.
Wait a minute. Whoa. His dick was out for that picture?
He had the phone in landscape mode, maybe?
I don't think it doesn't sound like his dick so much as the outline through his underwear.
Yeah, I think he's more of a, he's more of like a burlesque dancer when it comes to that than actually a stripper. He likes to, give you, here you go, check it out. This is what you, you can unwrap.
Be a pasties.
Yeah, exactly. This is what you can unwrap for Christmas morning, baby. You know, like that type shit.
How old is this kid? Do we know that much?
I think isn't that kid like under 2 years old?
Yeah. So
still
when a kid's under 2,
poor choice. But.
You're in the nude zone. You are in the nude zone with your kid. There's a certain age where you stop walking around naked and they stop walking around naked. And it's generally around, depends on the person. For me, I'd say it was in the first 2 years of my kid being born. It was no big deal for people to be naked. But, at a certain age.
Yeah, for my dad, he said I was in the shower with him and he was washing his hair and I reached up and grabbed his shit. And he was like, whoa! He's like, all right.
Done. We're done.
Yeah, the boy officially does not need me to show him how to shower anymore.
Right.
By the way, nice penis.
Right, yeah, you'll still bathe your kids and shit. You just won't jump in the bath with them. That's weird.
I never have.
You've never bathed with your kids?
Nope.
Oh, yeah, I would take baths with my son all the time.
Nope.
When you're bathing a young kid, it's so much easier to bathe a baby in the tub with them than leaning over and killing your back.
You seen what babies do in tubs?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those been moments.
I know.
I've had that happen.
Of course you have.
Yeah, the same thing with that one relationship I did to the chick in the tub, probably. So I imagine that's how you introduce piss to the relationship.
That's the gateway.
She's like, wow, this water got real warm around my ankles. What's going on?
I've bathed my children, but I've never been in the bath with my children.
Yeah. To each their own.
Yeah, I don't, it's nothing wrong either way.
Yeah, I don't know. See, having a daughter, I never in a million years thought about bathing or showering with her.
Yeah.
But I guess when I was a kid, I was cool with everything as far as showering or bathing, except for washing my hair. And
that you had to do alone in the
my
dark.
mom. I don't want to see your wiener. My mom and dad figured somehow that if he's if you take the boy in there and show him that you do it and then wash his hair, maybe he won't be afraid. And I guess after a few times, being a kid, I don't remember this. Well, yeah, I got bored and was like, gee, look at all these things to grab in the shower, including that. So, yeah, and that's that's a story that my family would. Yep, my family would whip out at Thanksgiving, and I'm like, thanks for doing that in front of my new girlfriend. I appreciate that.
That was audio from the shower, by the way.
You had a handful of your dad's cock with your hand.
I just feel sorry for my dad because, like, how do you even explain that to your wife? That sounds like you're preemptively, like, trying to, like, head it off at the pass that you molested your own kid. Like, hey, if he says anything about me having my cock in his hand, he grabbed it. You know?
Really?
Man, Rich, you missed it. You nearly made Chris do a spit take on his MacBook.
No, dude. See, my cock was already in his hand because he grabbed it. It's like the worst excuse ever. No, it's already there.
I found a Weiner picture. I'm gonna send it.
God!
I'm gonna send it to the group.
Oh.
No!
All right. No, I want my rosy colored glasses to stay.
I don't want to see your wiener.
Amen.
It's not the best, but this is from the cover of the New York Post. But it's not.
Everything you said taken out of context is hilarious.
But it shows in the center there the picture in question, the latest picture, right? So he's laying
Dude,
down.
that baby is right next to his groin.
Right.
Whoa!
It looks like, you know how when guys take a picture of their dick and they do the comparison shot where they'll put like a D-cell battery next to it or something? Or like a quarter or something to show ratio. Like,
my dick's half the size of this baby.
Yeah, this is what he's doing. He's like, this is how big my dick is compared to babies.
You know, the whole baby's arm holding an apple isn't that impressive when you actually put the baby next to your cock.
Maybe that's what's happening. The baby was like mistakenly reaching down his pants. Maybe that is a baby's arm in there.
Jesus Christ.
But
someday all this will be yours.
The internet's no stranger to, the picture of the dad with the baby. And, we're all supposed to think of like, oh, what a hero this guy is. Look at him. He's falling asleep with the baby on his chest. He's doing his work as dad. He's putting in the hours. And this guy manages to do that and get a shot of his dick in it. So, and clearly, you see what I'm talking about. It's not exposed, but if you had to like do a chalk outline, like if it died right there and you had to come in and like you would know what was
There'd be a boner in the picture.
you would know where to trace, You wouldn't have to lift the underwear up.
Dude, this guy is okay.
I think that's like somebody's job.
He really needs to hit a meeting about sexting because I cannot believe how many times
tattoo idea, like on the
he gets caught. Like, just take pictures without your head in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really need to get off that way, just take selfies from like mid chest down.
Isn't this wife number 2 that's left him?
I have no idea, but I know that she works closely with the Hillary campaign, so...
Oh, yeah. He is...
if I was his wife, I'd be like... I wouldn't even be upset. I'd be like, really? Really?
Again?
Didn't we learn from last time?
It's the internet, stupid.
No.
Yeah, it's forever, dummy.
Look, I don't know. Yeah, anyone who's surprised by this... Probably the same people that were surprised by Chris Brown's recent behavior. Like, don't we already know who this guy is? Why is it news when they do this shit?
The 49ers quarterback, what's his name?
Chris Brown doesn't like women?
Kaepernick. Yeah, Kaepernick.
What's your take on that?
I think it's fucking dumb. I think it's a non-story. I think he's going to be on the bench a whole season, and he's maximizing his time on the bench.
What's the story? I don't know. Fill me in.
He won't stand up for the national anthem.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
That's his right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if he's trying to play another down of football in the NFL, he's not helping his chances.
Right. I think it would be the owner's right to fire him if they chose to over this type of behavior, right?
Sure.
They would be within their rights.
Yeah, he's breaching contract.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, let him. Like, it's a big
He's
deal.
not saying that I can't.
Like,
or, he's not telling all the other players that they can't stand.
I agree with his right to do what he wants, and I laugh at the fact that he wants to fuck up his own career in that way. Like, that's what you want to be known for. I don't know this guy from Adam, only that he came up in the news recently with this controversy. But, I mean, you got a good thing going with sports. Why are you trying to fuck it up with your politics?
Yeah.
Well, the cynic in me kind of agrees with Chris that, 3 years ago he started in the Super Bowl. So he's a second-string quarterback. He's fallen off, obviously. The cynic in me says he's trying to draw attention to himself because any press is better than no press.
Right.
The other part of me is like, this isn't the first athlete to do this. In fact, if we want to go close to home, Chet Lemon and Lou Whitaker didn't stand for the national anthem. Didn't stand for the national anthem for religious reasons. You've had a number of NBA players the same thing. A couple of football players before this, for whatever religious reasons. I think, and no, they weren't all Muslim. There was a couple of them that were Muslim, but there was, because I know someone's out there going, because they're Muslim. But I think a couple of witness, and they look at it as idolatry to stand for a symbol. It's almost, I guess in their rationale, putting a symbol before God. I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't talk to my invisible friends. I stopped around 3 years old. My dick grabbing career and my talking to invisible friends career stopped around the same time. But yeah, so ultimately, Chris and I talked about this on Sporgy, and I think we came to an agreement that to us it's like it's a distraction issue in an election cycle. It's just another thing to try to polarize people to one side or the other.
Right, because people are so idealistic with their concept of the relationship with their country that it's an all or nothing thing. If you're mad at your country, then you're not patriotic, which really the opposite is true.
Right.
Any relationship, even the most perfect relationships that last lifetimes, every once in a while somebody's getting the cold shoulder. Somebody's sleeping on the couch here and there. Some shit's going to go down, but you move past it if your relationship is strong enough. And I think it's kind of the same way with your country, It's not always perfect. Shit doesn't always go your way, but at the end of the day, it's probably the best country out there.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And if you don't think it is, well, then you have options.
Right.
Well,
One
to
day,
me, it's
Mars will be an option.
To me, it's kind of like the flag burning thing.
Yeah.
I'm not. I was talking to a buddy of mine about the whole Colin Kaepernick thing the other day, and he said, "Well, it's like burning the flag," and I'm like,
You
"Okay,
have the right to do that."
I feel the exact same way that I feel about this. He has the right to do it. Would I do it? No. But then I realized, wait a minute, when I was in Cub Scouts, I retired a flag, so I have burned a flag. But that's how you retire a flag properly according to procedure. Anyways.
But you weren't shitting on it and pissing on it and...
I wasn't.
Right. I like how the people who are more patriotic, supposedly, are the ones who have the American flag flying from their truck, on their 45-minute commute there and back to like ragged on the ends and looks like shit. But they're waving the flag, goddammit. If
means my flag's been used!
Right.
But one of the things that I've noticed in talking to different people, and one of them was my friend I was talking to, is that I said, "Look, man, it's not a black and white issue.
It's a red, white, and blue issue.
There's life isn't black and white. Life has a lot of shades of gray in it. Grown man has a 6-year degree in a master's in history, said to me when I told him this, it's only started being gray in 2016. And I was like, wow, you really buy into the propaganda the fucking news and media shoves down your throat, don't you? Like, otherwise intelligent human being. And I'm like, how could you say that?
Wait, what did he say again?
When I said it's not as simple as a black or white, left or right issue, there's shades of gray in here. And he said, yeah, well, those shades of gray have only started in 2016. And I'm like, no, they've been there all my life. Do any of us remember, even if you're not sports fans, Roseanne Barr singing the national anthem and people having fucking shit fits?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, she disrespected it. And, then other people were like, she was singing it. She wasn't singing it well. Well, she grabbed her crotch at the end. Well, did she grab her crotch during the song? It's just like, it became... Right. There was so many bullshit... There was so many little bullshit arguments besides the fact that she sang the national anthem like shit.
Right.
By definition, that's gray area.
Yeah. President Obama saluted with a coffee in his hand.
Yeah, I loved that. And then...
there's your girl.
Well, I don't even know. Can you say that Roseanne is a horrible person? That she's anti-American for making fun of the anthem that way, or do you blame the person who hired her? Because what did you expect her to do? Like an amazing job?
Yeah, she's a comedian. She's not a professional singer.
She's a comedian, and it didn't go over well.
Yeah.
She just happened to be the comedian to do it.
And I do believe her explanation for the whole crotch grabbing and spitting after she got done singing it.
I do too.
She was like, the baseball players, all they do when they're on the field is grab their crotch.
That was
spit.
like game on.
Yeah, right.
Like, now we're going to play baseball, and here's how they do it. Grab your crotch and spit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I believe her when she said that was her intent behind that. It wasn't to disrespect the national anthem. Because to her credit, she goes, I did that already. I sang it.
Right.
So,
well,
she was self-aware enough to know that this was in no means supposed to be taken serious. But then again...
poor choice either way, I think.
Then again, you're talking about people who, back when Hendrix played the national anthem...
I think it was just a joke to backfire.
They flipped their shit. However, they flipped their shit when Jose Feliciano did the national anthem. That was a big controversy. And it's like people just... It's symbols. These things do not give us freedom. They're symbols of our freedom. These things, even if someone goes, fuck the national anthem, that doesn't take away our freedom because they did that. And that's what pisses me off. It's just symbols. Well, that's disrespecting people who died for our flag. No, it's not.
I don't take it as her making fun of the national anthem. I just thought it was her being her singing the national anthem. She's a comedian. It's fucking. It would have been like semi-funny, but it's Roseanne Barr doing the national anthem.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, did we really think that this was going to be a Susan Boyle moment where she was going to start singing and the voice of an angel was going to come out?
Right.
Come on now.
Oh, that
you got
that would have been great.
She didn't rehearse.
That would be amazing if they actually dubbed it. She went out there and just karaoke'd that shit, and like some opera singer's voice came out.
I could see Will Ferrell doing that kind of shit.
I think that's more like brain fart. The Man on the Moon.
Andy Kaufman.
That's something like Andy Kaufman would do. Or he'd just come out and sing the Mighty Mouse theme again. That's probably what he would do rather than sing the national anthem. Like, come out, everyone expected him to sing the national anthem. Here I come to save the day.
Well, apparently tonight he did not stand as well, and a couple players joined in. Actually, a teammate and a player on the Seahawks, the opposing team.
His actual beef is what?
It's the fourth exhibition game. These could be guys that probably won't be playing football after this week.
Did we talk about that? And I just forgot. Like why is he not standing? What is his exact? What's his stance? not standing.
I'm going to paraphrase, but it was along the lines of standing up. I'm not going to stand up and show respect for a country that is doing nothing when it comes to police brutality and inequality and et cetera, et cetera. I mean, basically, it was. I mean, he's you know.
He has a grievance with his country, which is why we have democracy.
I have a quote.
Right? Here we go.
I am not going to stand up to show pride in a flag or a country that oppresses black people and people of color. To me, this is bigger than football, and it would be selfish on my part to look the other way. There are bodies in the street, and people getting paid, leave, and getting away with murder.
Is it? Now, see,
that is what he said.
Not that. I'm not saying that that's what he said, but I must have heard an extended or him going a little bit deeper into it, because the quote I had heard, he had brought up the quote I had heard, he had brought up just police brutality and inequality all around, and he went into those subjects a little bit deeper. But I'm still pretty much same.
Yeah. That's the only quotes I've ever heard, was the one you just read.
I'm on NFL.com.
But is it, I mean, once again, from his point of view, he's got a valid point. Now, another thing we talked about, Chris and I talked about, is, okay, now what? Because to me, this just reeks of hashtag activism. Okay, I've started a conversation. It's not good enough anymore. Anyone can go on Twitter and put up a hashtag and start a conversation. What are you doing to back it up? Is he spending money? Is he taking his time to do something besides this? I mean,
normally I think I'd agree with you on something like this, but how do I put this? This is something that has to be changed on a societal level, because to really take a broad brush to this, cops are killing poor black men because they think that nobody cares. And if more people actually care and voice that opinion, you have less of these deaths actually happening, because, you know, even if it's just the thought of, if I kill this N-word, I'm going to have a target on my back, you know, with the press and possibly being, actually sentenced, like the former officer in Atlanta was this week.
Yeah, I'll play devil's advocate, though. He's got no problem taking that American money. He's still taking his paycheck.
Because it's not an all or nothing thing. You know, just the same way that you can say it doesn't mean that he hates his country because he won't stand for the national anthem. He has a problem with this country, yeah. But
what's he doing? He's starting a conversation that has already been started. It's been started.
But just because you enjoy every household, basically, like, it's just brand management. Of course, the NFL has to acknowledge, you know, somebody in the NFL had to, right? I mean, they had to just to acknowledge what's going on. You know, these people are pissed off. I mean, there's shit going on in their community. They're pissed off.
Well, you know what if you play for San Francisco? Go ahead across the bridge to Oakland and go hang out in the neighborhoods and work with those people.
Try this analogy.
Yeah. Well,
what if your girl said to you, "Hey, it's kind of bothersome that you're leaving your clothes laying around all the time," and you say, "Well, you're still living here, huh? Still like living here, like." You can't. It doesn't mean just because you have a grievance, just because you want some change to happen in your country, doesn't preclude you from being involved in your country in other ways. And certainly, he likes making money. Where else, but in America, could he make millions of dollars, which I'm assuming he makes?
Right.
And hold on,
in the conversation,
sports.
But I will say what pretty much Rich and I were saying earlier, and then I'll say, okay, let me pick him up if it bothers you. Don't just tell me it bothers you.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Do something
because
about
I don't
it.
go
Your response, right? Yeah.
Hold on, I don't go that far. I don't go as far as Chris is going, and I understand he's playing devil's advocate to a point.
Well, he's.
But I do find it funny that Colin Kaepernick says, "Hey, America isn't great in this aspect, this one aspect."
Right.
And people on the right shit themselves to rush to their computers and talk about what a horrible American he is.
Right.
Donald Trump stands up and says, "Make America great again," which is another way of saying America isn't great at the moment. And these same conservatives get up and break their goddamn wrist, slamming their fucking hands together like the fucking chimpanzees they are to support them. So fuck that. That's a double standard, and that's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, how is it that in our history, the people that we revere have been the spearhead of change in this country, massive change, and yet we can't realize it in real time? The people who, especially these days, it seems more than ever because of the way that we're able to communicate so massively and instantly with everyone, that every idea is immediately shot down, that we fear change more than ever and don't recognize people who are calling out for I mean, yeah, we do come around on certain issues. We've come a long way on things recently, but what do you do other than talk about it? I know you say, like, don't just demonstrate, don't just talk about it, or choose to stand out in a certain way just by not participating in some patriotic ritual. What do you do about it?
Well,
other than talk about it. If your idea is that the cops are killing black men because they think nobody cares about it, what do you do other than tell people that you actually do care about men and black men in poor neighborhoods?
Okay. In his situation, he's an African American man,
right,
who is in a much better position financially than most of the country. Yeah. And he has a higher profile. He's got those resources he could be using to maybe get out in the communities, maybe start some organizations, give to some organizations, maybe help take some action that way. Instead of, I'm not going to stand before I take my giant paycheck that I get 16 weeks a year.
Okay, how about this? How about, hold on, how about this?
Yes.
How about he just does, if I had his visibility and I had his means, real simple, I would go, okay, I've brought attention to this. Now what I'd like to do is I'd like to bring people from the neighborhoods that have issues with the police and have issues with police brutality, and I'd like to bring the police in, and I'd like to sit them down and have them talk to each other and actually see each other as human beings and not as in an adversarial role. Because if you've ever lived in the hood, you know no one looks at the police as their friend. That's not true. 90% of people don't look at the police as their friend. And a lot of police don't look at the people in the hood as people they're there to serve and protect. They look at it as they're an occupying force in a hostile environment. And that shit has to me, that's where a lot of these problems start. So if I'm Colin Kaepernick, okay, I've drawn attention to this problem. I've gotten the spotlight on it that I wanted. That's what I would do. And he's got the ways and the means, and I'm sure his office has the know-how to make that happen. And he doesn't need to make that happen on camera either. He can make that happen off camera, to where not you're looking for fucking exposure or something to up your Q rating.
But this is a way to get his message across. This has clearly worked.
What's part two? If this is the only part, though,
that's my question. Like, what's your activity? What is your if you want him to get out there and use his money or his influence to actually make change happen? What does that change look like? Trying to keep black men from committing crimes so that they're not targets by the police. Trying to go in and get the police some sort of racial sensitivity training.
The change looks like anything other than I won't stand up before the national anthem.
I think.
Well, the question I have is how many
using his celebrity status to make it an issue that people are talking about is probably one of the best things that you could do about this issue.
But what has it done?
Opinion.
It's made people
it makes people talk about it like we're doing right now.
That's all that's done. But that's all that it's done. It's just talk. We've just moved some more wind around as a country. Nothing that nothing of the he's trying to campaign for change for is changing. Nothing is in motion. I mean, yeah, it's only been a couple days.
Because you're talking about societal change. You're talking about a change of concept.
It's bringing it to everybody's.
And 2 weeks from now, we ain't gonna be talking about this shit.
Well,
I mean, it's wag the dog tactic. There you go, Chris. All right, I got to get out of here. Y'all have a great night.
Hey, we all got to get out of here. It's late.
Damn. Yeah. Fuck. All right.
That's it for this one. We did go dark eventually.
Thanks, Rich.
See, Rich? No, Rich, before you jumped down, we were talking about, like, wow, we didn't talk about any of the shit that pisses us off. We actually had, like, a light conversation.
I didn't bring the shit up. I tried to interject dick jokes. I was talking literally about dick jokes. Okay?
It's your aura.
Jesus Christ. I'm not taking the hit on this one.
I was talking about chicken porn. I don't know.
Exactly. I'm quoting the Devil's Rejects here. That's not well, I guess it did maybe in a way that did kind of interject some darkness in the situation. It's not exactly an uplifting film. It's not Rudy, that's for sure.
Well, thanks everybody for listening. Damn. I had the hiccups like right at the end.
Thanks for listening, and tune in next week and follow us on the Twitter, right?
At Unregimented Pod.
And Facebook.
Yeah, find us on there. Like, share, all the whatever.
Please, tell a friend, rate us on iTunes.
Yeah. Hey, and I want to thank everybody. I started monitoring the feed again. Apparently, feed's been percolating the whole time we haven't been making shows. It's been pretty much at the same clip that they were before we quit.
Really?
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
People have been catching up with it. Yeah, it could line up perfectly for somebody out there.
Yeah.
Where they, like, binge listen to 2 years of Unregimented and then...
One day.
Catch it. Like, it was
one
nothing.
Glorious day.
It just seamlessly flows. I'm really off on a tangent. We got to say goodnight.
Yeah. We'll catch you everybody next week.
All right, later, guys.
Later.
If you enjoy this show and want more people to know about it, head on over to iTunes, leave a comment, and rate it 5 stars. Make sure you like and share us on Facebook, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter. Just search for Christopher Media. Thank you in advance for supporting Christopher Media by clicking on the PayPal button and by clicking through to all the sponsors who support ChristopherMedia.net. Most importantly, we would like to take the time to extend an extra special thanks to you. Christopher Media could not exist without your support. Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net, and thank you for listening. Christopher Media. Let's make some noise. Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
Good afternoon. Would you like to try a free sample of our double fudge brownie?
Oh, sure. That's very good. I'll just take one more, just to be sure. Yep, still very good.
Some things never change. Like never being able to take just one free sample. And Geico saving folks lots of money on their car insurance.
Is that macadamia nut I taste? Let me take one more.
Sir?
Yeah, I thought so.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
As much as life has changed over the last year, you're still pretty busy. So consider convenient COVID-19 testing from Quest. Get the same tests hospitals use without a doctor visit. Simply order online, select from drive-through or at-home options, and get results sent securely to your phone or computer. It's a great fit for your busy life. With over 25 million COVID-19 tests processed, you can count on Quest. So order your test today at questcovid19.com.